What's going on, people? This is John O'Pimney back with another sports reaction. Before the start of the official video, just remember to like and subscribe and keep building up this channel and just keep this thing going. And now to officially start the official video, the Bears have been through a lot this season. After starting off the season 5-1, has now lost 5 consecutive games and now has fallen to 5-6, and is officially third in the NFC North standings now, after losing not only against the Packers but previously before that the Minnesota Vikings, and now the Vikings is ahead of the Bears. Let's hope and pray that the Bears do not lose this game against the Lions and lose yet again and then fall down to 4th in the standings, because then officially they'll be tied with the Lions, who is also 5-7, and everything just looking very bad for this team after such a good start, and it's very crazy to see. Now, we all know what happened in week 1. The Bears was getting dismantled at first by the Lions, who was up 23-6 going into the fourth quarter, and Mitchell Trubisky pulled magic out of thin air and had us do a straight comeback and beat the Lions. Since then, he had another close game against the Giants, which shouldn't have been close, and then we know the story of him getting benched and Nick Foles coming in during the Falcons game, and he haven't played all the way up until Green Bay. So we know how that goes so far. But the main question that everyone is going to have in the air now is, can the Bears win a game anytime for the rest of the season? And my answer is yes. They can win this game against the Detroit Lions. They can win the game against the Texans. They can win the rematch against the Vikings. Now, do I believe they can beat the Green Bay Packers in Chicago right now? Definitely no. But I do know that they can beat those other previous teams as well, along even with Jacksonville, by all means. But the Bears definitely have to find a way to get something together. Their defense looked absolutely horrible last week without Akeem Hicks. Yes, he is a very valuable player, but if we at least had Eddie Goldman in the game, which sadly we don't have him none this season as well due to COVID, it's just that interior line just looked straight horrible. Urban got destroyed. He's 6'7", 330 pounds. He getting destroyed. Everybody got destroyed on the D line. So all we can do is just hope that Akeem Hicks is able to play in this game and able to anchor that defensive line, because the edge rushers is going to do their thing. Robert Quinn definitely hasn't been much of anything in terms of a pass rush. He's been decently well as an edge not a pass protector, but more of a run defender. Basically, much like Leonard Floyd was the year before. Maybe that goddamn number is cursed or what, because the moment Leonard Floyd goes to another team, he's playing lights out. Other players, that it seems like the Bears coaches don't know how to develop players and get it together for this team. So hopefully that this Bears team can find the way to get a win, because if not, season is completely over. The Bears cannot afford to go 8-8 for a second consecutive season. At best, for them to make it to the playoffs, they're going to have to be 9-7 and hope and pray for other teams to lose mathematically for them to even be able to get in there. So hopefully that can play out in the Bears' favor. But before they can do that, they have to start by winning this game against Detroit after having 5 consecutive losses. And another thing that definitely plagued us is quarterback decision making and the play calling. First off, when you got Montgomery going early and he's breaking long runs, keep running the football until the defense decides that they're going to be able to stop the running back. Don't just stop running the football and then all of a sudden now you want to just start chucking it deep like some type of asshole. This is not Madden. Shit do not work like that. Especially when you have 2 quarterbacks. One is a goddamn statue and the other one, which I'm actually a fan of, in Mitchell Trubisky. It seems like he has the awareness of a high school quarterback, just chugging it deep, basically following what the coaches tell him to do instead of just saying, listen, I don't think that's going to work, and using his own brain. If he is using his own brain and that's the type of decision making he is making, I don't know what the hell is going on, because it seemed like I don't know. I can't even explain the type of dumb shit that's been going on this entire season. It's like I'm almost lost for words when I see shit like that. And as a Bears fan, it's very unacceptable. But now, as a quick note, I will say this. The Bears should not draft a quarterback in this year's draft. It will be best to get an offensive line and develop them, and then later on draft a quarterback, because if you get a quarterback with this type of offensive line, you're either going to have the David Carr type of incident, or you're going to have it with Andrew Luck. Deshaun Watson already getting killed out there without an offensive line. So those are three set examples of the reason why you shouldn't draft a quarterback in this type of situation. It's best to get an offensive line, because, like I said before, you're going to get the quarterback killed. So the best option would be to keep Pace. If not keep Pace, get rid of Pace and Nagy, and then keep Mitchell Trubisky, and then get an offensive line in front of him, and then eventually draft a quarterback to replace Trubisky, because that's only how that's going to work. That's with that side note, and that's the end of that. But back on point, the Bears definitely have to get it together. They are struggling horribly, not only offensively, but now defensively. Now you can say that Akeem Hicks being gone was a big backbreaker for that Bears defense, but when you have other interior linemen that is actually about around the same size, if not bigger than the man, you should have some type of push, especially when you have someone like Brent Urban, who was like 6'7", 330 pounds, about roughly the same size as Akeem Hicks, being moved off the ball like he's a cornerback. That right there makes a totally big difference. So that comes back down to when the Bears had the chance to pick up Snacks Harrison, just to shore up this defensive line, at least for the rest of the year. They didn't even sign him, so that's the two on the GM right there, and that's another reason why Ryan Pace needs to be fired along with Matt Nagy, because those two right there, straight horrible. But as of right now, I got the Bears winning 24-20. I looked at the line schedule for Vegas. Vegas got the Bears up being a 3-point favorite as well. So hopefully the Bears can find the way to definitely pull out this win. Offense definitely have to crank it up a little bit more. And hopefully we have Akeem Hicks back to shore up that defensive line and help that D-line stop the run as well. But this is Jonah Pibney back with another sports reaction. Yet again talking about Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions in Week 13. All right, people. Peace out.